Well, y'all, we're finally getting some snow around here, and this is turning out to be a pretty good storm. It started a couple hours ago, and they're calling for up to like 10 inches. I think realistically we'll probably get like 5 to 7 or something like that, but I'm headed out to find a spot, and hopefully it's in the heaviest band of snow. We'll see how it all turns out, but the roads are covered. There's not very many people out. It's getting slick. It's currently 11 a.m. and yeah, just excited for the snow to finally be here. Winter is finally here. It only took us into January to get it. So anyways, get headed out to camp and see what we find. Stay tuned, y'all. I don't know if I even want to put this out. It's just going to get covered in snow. And that's dripping all over, dirty water. Put this in the back of the truck. And grab this. Alright, well, we've made it to a spot. Looks like I was dumb and got some stuff wet. Not having my front window closed. The old truck did not leak in like that, but look at this. A little wet, just from that crack right there and driving, so I gotta dry all this junk off. But before we get into that, I had to pick up a new heater for back here. I had my heater in my garage, and I guess I can pop up a picture, but I went to grab it and throw it in the truck, and the back, the wires is where they went into the heater were all starting to fray apart. It was the casing on the wire was completely broken. So I had to make a detour before I got here, but here we are. Just a cheap heater from my local hardware store, and hopefully everything works out all right. It's not quite as powerful as the last one was, but I think it'll be fine. I rarely ever use the last one on high, so let's try to get this thing plugged in and running. 'Tis what it is, right? Too much junk in here. Probably getting my floor all wet too from my boots. Alright, back out into the snowy mess. Try to get all this taken care of quick. Dang old dang, sometimes I tell you what. Hopefully this thing works. Fingers crossed. Fill it up with snow right away. Just means we're gonna get a good connection, right? or just blow stuff up right away. There we go. It is running. It is a little bit louder than the old one, but ain't gonna hurt nothing, right? Tell you what. All right. This has my old one didn't have it, so this is quite a bit safer, but there's if you can see that, there's a little knob on the bottom. So if it tips over, it'll shut off immediately. All right. Let's take those off for a second. See how warm it feels. So this one does not have a thermostat like my old one. It won't turn on and off automatically. It was pretty cheap, and I can probably fix the old one, so we'll see what I can do. I just didn't have time to really take it apart and try to do that today. I gotta not do that again. Looks like most of it pulled up right on this. Glad I had this stuff in bags. It's okay, right? Nothing we gotta worry about too much. Trash. Gotta get all my junk out here. Hopefully, cover of this did get a little wet, which is a bummer because somebody just sent me this, but you can see it's a little damp. Dry it off on the heater down here, I suppose. Well, I do need to walk over and pay for this camping spot, which is fine. So we got the heater going. Wish there was a lower fan speed on it, but it's better than nothing kind of thing right now, that's for sure. All right, why don't we grab our coat and hat and go pay the man for the spot. Hopefully this cranks up, gets warm enough that it unfogs all my windows in here. Well, I paid for my campsite. I'm parked way over yonder that direction. But I figure, why don't we take a wander before we settle into the rig. It's supposed to snow like this all night and probably stop sometime tomorrow morning. A little nervous that I might not be able to make it out of here. My truck isn't that tall anymore, but I did bring like tow straps and stuff with me. I do have my traction boards out of the old truck. I threw those in there. You know, I've got my phone, I have cell signal here, so if I gotta call for help I can, but we'll see what happens. But if we do end up getting like 7 to 10 inches or something like that, I'm gonna be pushing snow with that truck, so we'll see what happens. But if you can see, it's pretty wooded down there, and there's a little trail over here that kind of goes down into the woods, so we'll see what that's all about. We'll go right. Ooh, there's been an animal out already walking the trail. Winter wonderland at its finest. And there's the lake. I love it when these trees are just all covered in snow. Yeah, there's the lake out there. I didn't bring my ice fishing gear or any of that stuff with me. Probably could have brought my spud bar and checked this, but I know this lake's too big. There's no way that it's thick enough based on the last one that I just checked, but soon. Almost walked by my rig. It's up there. I was about to walk way over there. I just did a big loop, came out down there. But I feel like I'm sufficiently wet at this point. I know this coat is really old. And I know it used to like bead the water up and it would kind of brush off. Now it seems like everything just soaks in. So if you know something good to spray on it, I guess, let me know. Because I don't believe I'm gonna get this to dry out. Took a little bit out of me. Whew. Pants are a little wet on the bottoms. Man, I was getting warm, but yeah, I don't know if this will dry out. Of course, I don't have anywhere to hang it up in here right now, so it's just gonna sit in a wet ball somewhere. Tight. I suppose I could just change into my pajama pants. Alright, changed into my pajama pants and kind of organized and cleaned up some of my junk, but it's probably time I get dinner going. It's been a couple of hours. I'm gonna need that actually for the recipe. So I brought the old crock pot with. So I know you guys have wanted to see more crock pot cooking, and should probably get all my junk out of there first. Tonight we are going to make Mexican lasagna in the crock pot. It's just a random recipe that I found, and I am kind of just winging it off of this recipe because the recipe called for beef. I'm going to use chicken, and it's for a bigger crock pot. So I'm just going to kind of wing it here, but go ahead and get some of my junk out. Kind of shoved everything in here. Probably should have brought a mixing bowl or something. I guess I do have a bowl that I can mix stuff in. Alright. Got more junk over yonder here. Probably need this. Frijoles. Salsa. What else do I got? I think it called for olive oil. Do I have? I've got sunflower oil. We're just going to use that because that's what I got. I'm pretty sure that's all I need out of here. Although we might grab ourselves a little of this. Lots of stuff. I think that's all we need for now. I gotta look at the recipe. Just lots of stuff. All right. Set that down for now. I have no idea what I'm doing. Never tried this recipe before. This isn't something that my wife has made ever either, so I'm not familiar with this, so I might completely screw it up. But it's called slow cooker taco lasagna. All right, so the recipe called for ground beef, so you would have to fry the ground beef up before you do this. But I have a pop-top can of chunk chicken breast, and we're gonna use that. And it says that you need to mix in some salsa. So we've got some Cholula salsa, just regular old original salsa here, and some taco seasoning into the meat, and then salt and pepper to taste. We're just gonna toss on a, because I've already got the taco mix. Maybe we'll save this. Somebody sent this in. We'll save this for something else because I've already got the taco mix. I don't think I need to add any salt to it. So that's where we're gonna start. Probably just drain this chicken out of the back window here. It'll be all right. If it needs drained, definitely does. Oh, I think I got chicken juice on me. Still snowing out there. Don't want to show you my butt crack. We're gonna call that good enough. This was actually the part I thought I would need a bowl for, but I might be able to just do it in here. I am gonna need silverware though, right? Yeah, I think we can just probably mix this all up in here. I should have brought 2 cans of meat. Oh well. Live and learn. Alright, so it says to add like 2 tablespoons or something of taco seasoning. We're just going to add some. Good enough. I don't think I'm going to need that whole thing. We'll just call that good enough. Keep spilling on my floor. Already vacuumed it today. Pre-trip vacuum was important. Probably should still use the bowl. We're gonna use a bowl, we're just gonna have to clean it out. Because I still gotta put salsa in this. I think that's it. Although I think I might need a bowl for something else. We'll see. Dump a little salsa in there. We'll give her that much salsa. Alright, we've got that mixed up, and just for now, because I don't have another bowl and I need a bowl again, I'm going to put this back into here. Alright, I'm going to take some cream cheese These are 8-ounce sticks, I believe. We're just going to use like 4 ounces maybe. Ooh, it's one big 8-ounce thing. 4 ounces probably might be excessive, because it called for 2 pounds of meat for this recipe. We'll start with 3 ounces. How about that? It says stir until smooth. It's definitely not softened. Alright, it says put some taco seasoning in this, so give it a dash of the sauce there. I don't want to use too much of this and only taste this, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, stir that in there a little bit. Fold in your seasonings. Probably should have taken that out of the cooler a while ago. We're gonna leave that out because I might want more of that. And then we're gonna take some black beans. Man, I don't have anywhere to put the extra beans. We're just gonna have extra beanie lasagna with a whole can of beans. And it says to drain them and wash them. We're just draining them. All right. We're just going in with all the beans because we really don't have another option at this point. I don't really have anywhere to put them if I save them. So I could set them up in the cooler. All the beans. All the beans, it's alright. It'll be a good filler since we don't have our 2 pounds of meat, right? Oh, I want to launch these everywhere. All things considered, that didn't turn out too terrible. And then I'm going to go ahead and put an entire can of green chilies in there too because I've got them. I don't know if that called for it on the recipe, but we're sticking it in there. I suppose you could put that in the meat too. You could do it however you wanted. I'm just going to put it in that section. Alright, I think we're good. And I think it's time to just start assembling this thing. We shall see. And I looked at the recipe. You needed oil to fry the meat. I don't need the oil, but I got it with me. Let's grab our cooker here. All right. You guys see what I'm doing? So we're going to take our enchilada sauce, give that a little shake. I suppose I could have just popped this open with like the little pour side, but it'll be all right. I'm going to pour a little bit of that in there. Just make sure it covers the bottom, I think. Maybe a little bit more. I could use some light right here. Can't use all of it up though. That looks good. We'll take some tortillas here. These are some old fridge tortillas. so they're not too bad, but they fit about just right in there. Slap a tortilla down on the bottom. We're going to take some of this mixture, we're going to spread that on there, cover it up. Alright, we'll go with some of our chicken on top of that. I suppose I probably could have just mixed these two together, but we'll layer it like we're supposed to because it's a lasagna. And cheese. We'll cover that up with some cheese on there. I like things cheesy. And this is going to be good. And I do have these leftover things of ghost pepper cheese. I had these in a video a while back. We're going to take our knife here and hack a couple up and toss them in there. They're good. They're spicy though. We'll have random bits, although they'll melt pretty good probably. We don't need to get it too hot. Ooh, that's got a kick. Alright. Alright, now we're going to drizzle a little bit more of this sauce on. And we're going to repeat that until I run out of ingredients. I think it says repeat it with 3 layers, which we should have enough to do. And all right, there we are. That's what we're starting with. It's over half the height of the crock pot, so there's quite a bit of food in there. We'll need our lid. And since I don't have my power rand in here yet, I had to run and pick up a splitter. And hopefully the two of these things don't trip the breaker. We need to go ahead and get this plugged in. We're gonna try it. Heater's on. And we are going to crank this thing to low to start with. And the recipe says for the amount of stuff that it called for, mine might go a little faster. But it said 4 hours-ish, 4 to 5 hours on low, or 2 to 4 hours on high. So we'll give it a couple hours and see what happens. It says until cheese is nice and bubbly hot. Slice into 6 or 8 pieces and serve with your favorite toppings. So we're just gonna let this thing do its thing. And enjoy our time. I don't know if I want to probably set it on the ground. I think it'll be fine. Didn't I set it on something last time? I don't remember how I did it. I don't think I left it on there because I put something on here and it didn't like the heat. So I don't know if that was it. But I got to clean this stuff up, figure out where I'm going to set this, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, I grabbed the other tote and set it over here. We'll go ahead and leave it on that. I'd rather have it melt that than melt this any more than it has. You guys can see where I put something really hot right here. I don't know if it might have been that the last time I used it, but we're just gonna leave it on there. Anywho, we're rolling, and I slurped a little bit of that bean juice and stuff out of the bottom of that pan before I cleaned it out. Man, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. I don't want to have to wait, but we'll slow cook her. I can turn it up to high if I get hungry and give it a little bit more time, but chilling. And my book dried out. Yeah, this corner got a little wet. kind of a bummer, but one of you guys sent this to me on the last live stream, and I thought that was pretty rad. And it's got a little bit of a story in there, but like every page is just kind of about a beer, and then there's just a lot of different cans and whatnot. Like, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna lay back and take a look at this. Should probably crack open a beer, right? One of you guys sent me a beer on the last live stream, and so what better time than now to sip on that and check out our book here. But what is this? Lights. That probably helps a little, doesn't it? So this is brewski. It's a brewski. Premium craft lager, center of the universe brewing company, Ashland, Virginia. It all revolves around the beer. See if it says anything on the back here, but crack, psh, ah. That's the sound of a fresh, cold brewski premium craft lager, capping off another hard day's work while hitting the couch, catching the game, or hanging with the crew. Treat yourself to the beer that treats you right back. You've earned it. The lager that works as hard as you. I feel like I should have brought my cup with me, but I didn't bring the cup, but we're gonna sip on that bad boy. Just hang out for a little while. All right, had to plug the camera in. Battery was dying. But yeah, what better to do than hang out and do this? So I was saying that I do have a bunch of stuff downloaded on the tablet, so I might end up watching a movie. I'll probably end up watching a movie before dinner's ready. But it's still snowing out there. Can't really see out the windows much. Don't want to lift that up because it starts dripping in here. We're probably going to end up with that 6 to 7 inches easily. I can see my tire tracks a little bit out there. So that's all good. Cheers. Thanks to the homie Travis for the koozie. Y'all be treating it good. Ooh, they got a bunch of Labatts. Labatt Blue. Shout out to the Wonton Don. Kruger Cream Ale. Draft beer by, like, I've never been one to collect beer cans, but part of me kind of feels like I want to do that now. I already have collections of nonsense. What would it hurt to add beer cans to that, since I try so many different beers? This book comes fully stocked with 480 beer cans. That's a whole lot more than you can find at the corner liquor store. Probably right. Happy birthday beer. Grain Belt, there you go. Well, I've been hanging out and checked out the book for a while. I'm watching Jumanji, and man, this stuff is smelling amazing. I gotta give it its full time though, because I really want to eat it right now. It smells great. Snow is still coming down out there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the back window here, but it's still dumping. And I don't know about you guys, but that looks great. God, it smells good in here. Well, I've got like a half an hour left. Half an hour left on this movie, Jumanji, which is a great movie. And dinner should be good to go by then. it's probably time to check on this and try some of our dinner. Oh, look at that. So I don't really have anything great to like take this out of here with. A plate with some snow on it. Ooh. Don't need that snow on our plate. I did grab some chips because I didn't know how this was going to turn out. So I thought this would be a good side order with it. And then I do have the salsa, of course. We might try some of that on there. I did bring some sour cream. And we also have some habanero sauce. This is Siete Habanero Bolana sauce. If you guys can see that. I guess let's see what we can do with our silverware here. I don't know. I might end up needing a spoon out of there. Yeah, looks great. Let's see what we can do. Can we get up? There we go. A little bit better light for you guys and for me. Ooh, it's really it's really soft. I don't know if I'm going to be able to like cut this and get it out of here at all. Maybe I should have let it sit for a while longer. I'm just going to have to get a big old spoon and get this out of here. This is not going to turn out very nice. First taste. Oh man, how am I going to get this out of here without just completely wrecking it? It's not going to look, I'm just going to have to take it out. It's not going to look like lasagna at all. No layers. Kind of the reason why I brought chips. It's turned into a mess for me, which I kind of expected. It's different. Definitely different looking. I'm not at all surprised that it kind of turned into a mush on me. My wife has made stuff with pasta and it definitely turns out thicker and better. You know, I probably could have doubled up the tortillas on every layer and that probably wouldn't have been bad at all. Just imagine it's lasagna. And we'll give this shot a whirl on there. Ooh. I don't know if I want to eat this. That was open. I don't know if you guys can see that. The light is probably too bright, but that sauce was definitely open. It's in the lid and everything. I'm gonna have to give that one a pass. Sorry, because it looks very good, but that might not be very good anymore. Because I don't know how long that's been just sitting open for. And you definitely are supposed to refrigerate this after opening. Yeah, refrigerate after opening, and it has been opened maybe for a month at this point. So I'm not going to take my chances with that. But we're definitely gonna. We'll just mow down on this. It smells so good. Doesn't look great. That is a cheesy. Oh boy, that's good. That's a mess of amazingness. And it's not too many beans. You can definitely taste the green chilies in there. I mean, not so much the cream cheese or anything like that. Like it tastes amazing. Just couldn't get it out. You could definitely double up those tortillas. Maybe I should have let it sit, turned off with the lid off for a while. Probably. Oh, these are dips type of chips. They're like the... I'm still just gonna do this. Since it came out of here all jacked up, we're just gonna do like some nachos. You can feel the layers. I mean, you can see the tortillas in there. Yeah. Hot. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was hot. Kind of burnt my mouth a little bit. Couple dollops of daisy. Just leave that there. Yeah. Probably should have just let it sit up. I only had it on low. I probably could have turned it off for like half an hour or not. I probably could have turned it off for an hour before we dished it up and let it set up a little bit. Glad I brought the chips. I kind of had a feeling. I'm sure I've gotten some of the habanero cheese at this point. It's not too spicy with those chunks. I didn't put too much in there. It's about perfect. I'm satisfied. I like the crunch anyways. If you guys have been watching for a while, you know that. Definitely with something like this, I do like a little bit of crunch to it. Banging. A little taco filled chip clam. Boy, that was good. Wish I could have had the sauce on the top of it. Oh, I feel like if I give it 10 minutes, I could eat another 2 plates, but I probably shouldn't do that to myself. Oh. All right, I gotta get this thing out of here before I eat it all, because I've definitely been munching on a few more pieces of it as I cleaned up. Oh, it's blowing out here. Oh man, it's gonna dump a bunch of snow in here. Not too terrible. I'll just leave. These can stay there. I don't want to open the other door. Man, yeah, I guess it did dump quite a bit in there. wind's picked up. There's a lot of snow out here. Oh, there's snow all in my boots. Yeah, there's a lot of snow out there, y'all. It's cold out there. Whew. Oh, warm back up a little bit. Although this still says it's only 48 degrees in here. It's 11 o'clock at this point. 11:09. I just need to go to bed. Dinner was great, but should just get crashed out. We'll have to see what the morning brings, y'all. It's supposed to keep snowing all night. And the wind did pick up, like I said. So, could get pretty nasty out there, but we're chilling. That heater definitely doesn't work as well as the old one did, but it is a lower wattage one. Kind of expected that. I do think I'm going to try to fix the old one and ditch that one, but anyways, I will see y'all in the morning. Get this dang old light shut off. Oh. Forgot how bright those are. Forgot I even had those. Alright. Oh, well, good morning. I slept alright. It's actually pretty late. I slept in pretty late. It was in the middle of the night, dude. It got really, really windy, or like towards the morning, and the truck would shake, and I think that's what woke me up, but it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah. Oh. And the snow has finally stopped. It's still a little windy out there, but I don't know. It's compacted down a little bit. I think there's probably easily 5 or 6 inches out there. What you guys can see of that. Back window's kind of covered. It's just a winter wonderland out there. It's currently 17 degrees out, and it says it feels like 1 below 0 with the wind chill. Oh. Well. It's probably coffee time. I brought some breakfast. A little bit of breakfast, I guess. See what that's all about. Right? Probably need some of that. We're gonna try some of this coffee. One of y'all sent that to me in the P.O. box. Medium dark roast. I think I've had Black Rifle before. Pretty sure somebody sent some Black Rifle in before. And I brought some cereal. Some oatmeal squares. I do have some little coffee cakes that we might get into. Don't know which one of these I'm gonna have, but I did bring a little bit of milk in the cooler. So we've got options there. I wanted to be somewhat prepared if I did get stuck here for a while, you know. I have a feeling that the roads are going to be fine by the time I leave. Figured I'd stay until, you know, at least noon. But I'm a little worried about getting out of the park here. It might be a little bit of a rough one. We'll find out, I guess. Rather not have to call for help, but sometimes that's what happens, right? I just gotta stay here long enough. Hard-working coffee so revved up with flavor it cuts down your need to buy another brand, I guess. I don't know if I've ever had a bag like that. It's kind of silly, but it seals on the back, which is, you know, it's like a regular Ziploc. That's nice. Give that a few minutos to do its thing. Well, I brought the milk. I don't know if I've ever brought milk with me for cereal and milk, so we gotta eat it, right? This is all we've got for a bowl, unless I eat it out of a cup. I just rock with the cup. Don't need that much. Of course, my milk's in the cooler, though. This is I don't know where my wife picked this up at, but it's cool. It's like a water bottle, so the lid twists off, but it also twists off right here. I'm not going to do it now because I might, well, I guess I can. I could also just pour my cereal right in here, but there you go. Makes it easy to bring along something like this. I don't know where she got this, but milk and cereal. Probably closer to the serving size anyways. 1 cup, that's probably actual serving size. And this may be the first time I've eaten cereal in a few years that it's not like 2 o'clock in the morning. That's usually when I have it. I have a tendency to wake up in the middle of the night and eat cereal and milk as a snack. Looks pretty good to me. That was good. I don't know why I don't do that more often. I mean, cooking breakfast and like bacon and scrambled eggs and hash browns and all that stuff is good, but it also requires you to cook. That does not. All right, this is at enough time. give it our press. Coffee's ready, y'all. Oh, get some of this junk cleaned up, I suppose, and figure out what we're doing here.
Oh, there's big icicles.
Man. Yeah, look at these big bad boys right there. That's kind of crazy. But just beautiful snow out here. You can definitely kind of see how it's drifted on this side of the truck, which I could probably just go ahead and start up at this point. The road out doesn't look terrible, but it could be pretty deceiving. I mean, it doesn't look super high on there, but you can see on that tree how it's like all the way, you know, it's way up higher on this side from the drifting snow. I did actually remember to bring an ice scraper with me. I'll give that a second to warm up before I even start to scrape the windows. Shabby. You can just barely see my marks from driving in yesterday. It's not too bad, and the roads out here look fairly clear. Wasn't as bad as I expected coming out of there, considering the drifts. I probably don't need four-wheel drive out here, so we're gonna go ahead and put her back to normal mode. And it was a great adventure, and like I said, we've got more snow on the way. We've got some brutally cold weather coming up, and we should have safe ice shortly. So we'll see what we get ourselves into. For those of you that have made it this far in the video, if you're not subscribed, it'd be cool if you did. And if you thought the video was cool, definitely give it a thumbs up. And for those of you that are longtime viewers, I appreciate you guys as we kind of go in this different upload format for a little while and see how that works out for us. But I already just want to go home and put the video out immediately, and then I'll be back to square one of not having anything to do, anything ready, so to speak. Anyways, y'all, an amazing adventure. The dinner was good. Leftovers are on the floor right there. I probably should have put those in the back because they're sure they're frozen. Might pull over and do that, and yeah, see what the wife thinks about them and all that nonsense. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.